Hello, and a warm welcome to this week's video update. My name's Scott, and I'll be taking you through the markets, what's happened over the last week, and what we can expect to see this week. This is episode 30 now, so we've done 30 editions of these, all available on our website and YouTube channel. So let's begin by looking at prices. So gas is actually unchanged really week to week, minus 0.1%, so barely any difference week to week. Looking over the last few weeks though, we can see a slight upward trend as we've entered December from the lows of around mid-November. So though prices are flat week to week, there is a medium term or an upward trend there in prices. More so on the front month. So if you see that purple line there, that's trending a bit higher than the green and orange lines, which represent longer dated periods in the market. Power has seen a greater loss, so week to week we're seeing 5.5% decline in valuations, pretty much across the board. You'll notice with power it has been a bit more volatile of late. So of the two commodities, it's definitely the one with more volatility right now in terms of markets and trading. So we can see it decline more, but we can see previously that rose much more rapidly through the beginning of December, where supply was particularly tight. And then if we just look at day ahead, I'll just move my screen to make sure I'm not covering it. So day ahead has been very volatile on power, particularly we can see dramatic rise up in power valuations there, nearly hitting 700 at one point. I believe that was the start of this very cold period. We had very low wind conditions as well. So it has returned to that around mid 300s range where it's kind of consolidating right now. I think it just shows the power market, certainly on day ahead, has a lot more scope and volatility in it. So what happened last week? A few things to discuss. We can see some good news coming from France in the fact that they welcomed 4 nuclear reactors back online. So this did boost French supply and has improved the outlook for the Q1 period of next year, the start of next year. And that has helped to bring bearish momentum and signals into the market, which occurred more so into this week as the reactors came online over the weekend. Next is wind output is changing. So wind levels have been quite low. I believe they are going to get a little bit lower initially, but they are returning to much higher output conditions, nearly maximum output, I believe, from next week. So we'll see if that has a big impact or not, but I would expect the day ahead market will react most to that. So wind conditions are low right now, but are picking up for the rest of the month. And of course, as we all know, temperatures have plunged in the UK and for most of Europe, really, most of Western Europe at least. So some of the coldest days have been recorded this year overnight, and temperatures are barely over 0 degrees during the day in places. So it has been very cold. Demand has been exceptionally high, especially for gas, but we are well supplied to cope right now. One of the images you can see is one from the BBC, which I think illustrates it quite well. The reason for the cold spell we're enduring right now is we are trapped between 2 high pressure systems. You see the high pressure system over Greenland, and then you see another one over Siberia. What this means is that Arctic air is kind of got nowhere to go but flow through the middle of that, and the UK happens to be slap bang in the middle. So these weather fronts will change and they're expected to kind of drift into the weekend coming. But right now you can see that kind of blocked weather pattern, as it's known, bringing that very cold Arctic air into the UK. Looking ahead for this week then, so we should see the end of this very cold spell, for now at least. So as I mentioned, this weekend we'll see temperatures swing quite dramatically really from very cold conditions to actually above seasonal norms really. So it'd be a very notable change, and that should help obviously ease supply concerns. As well as that, we are expecting berthing more LNG cargoes this month. So deliveries of LNGs for December will probably outturn very high, close to record breaking, I think. We'll have to see the final numbers. But yeah, further berthing on the way represents very strong delivery numbers there. And then finally, more so in Europe, there are continued discussions on gas cap mechanisms. Right now, they're focusing on the TTF market. So the TTF market is a market in the Netherlands. Most of Europe trade on this. So it's a very active, liquid market used by a lot of European nations. And we're looking at proposing caps there. Right now, it's struggling to get an agreement for various different reasons, but more talks are scheduled for the 19th. So that's the next date to keep in mind in terms of developments on a gas cap there. That's it for me this week, and that's it likely for me this year. We may have one more episode kind of out next week until we break for Christmas. But if you do need any more information from me in the meantime, you can speak to the Market Watch Live. They're available to speak between 10 and 12. Or we have our website, we have the daily market updates, which are displaying a lot of strong interest right now. So they're available every day for up-to-date market data for you. And the website hyperlinks just there below. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon for another market update.